probably my most hated character from reality TV show today.
10 men and women have been invited to find their perfect match.
Do you want to match with me?
You know my perfect match, honey.
As they match up, you know there's going to be fireworks.
Hi people, welcome. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adewale and this is Disbydem. Today we're going to be talking about the perfect match. Let's get into this because this was actually really good. I actually did a reaction to episode 1 and I've been trying to upload that thing for like days and it keeps coming back with copyright strikes. I think YouTube is going through some things right now. But yeah, so I don't know if this was a previous show before because I did some research and I was coming up with stuff where it said that this was a 2021 show, but there they actually use that data analysis to match the couples, but Netflix is not doing any of that. They're not that scientific. But anyways, when I saw the trailer for the show, I was instantly excited. I can't tell you why, people, but I was jacked up and ready for it. There were a lot of people that were brought back that I absolutely loved from all the other reality TV series on Netflix, and then a couple people that I really don't like at all. It's rare for me to use the word hate, but it's very close in this instance because I just did dislike these guys or these people extremely. But let's get into it. The first original 10 are Joey Sasso from The Circle, Carousel from Sexy Beasts, which I actually enjoyed. I knew it wasn't really a real dating show, but I enjoyed it anyways. Nick from The Circle, Savannah from The Circle, Dawn from The Middle. I loved Dawn so much. I absolutely thought that his time was cut short, but that was the nature of the game. Francesca from Too Hot to Handle, Shane from Love is Blind, and Inez from The Circle France. Sophie Ann from Selling Miami, I think, and Zay from The Ultimatum. Poor Zay, like, dude can't just catch a break. Honestly, he's had a bad role with reality TV shows, and I think that he should just call it quits right now. But so these were the original 10 brought into the house to try and find their perfect match. Apparently Joey, Francesca, and Carousel have a history. He hooked up with Francesca a couple times, I guess, after the show, but actually kind of had a on and off relationship with Carousel, so he was more in tune with Carousel than Francesca. I think there's some bad blood there, people. I'm not really sure why, but it is what it is. I really don't care. So Joey and Francesca and Carousel matched up instantly, went up to their room. Francesca matched up with Dom, which I kind of liked in the beginning. I don't know how I feel about Francesca, to be honest. I don't think I liked her, but she hasn't really technically done anything for me to actually dislike her, right? So I'm still deciding on Francesca, but by the end of episode 4, I think it's solidified that I really dislike Francesca. We'll get to that. So Francesca and Dom match up and they go to their room, but on the way to their room, Nick decides that he wants to match up with Francesca and goes to ask her about that, and I was just like, oh, it was such a cringe moment. It was such a terrible moment. No. Yeah, don't interrupt. No, Nick! No!
Francesca, you got a second?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I just wanted to finish the conversation because we talked a little bit earlier. How you feeling?
Stop crowding her, Nick. Move back.
Were you
Nick, ew, gross.
I'm a student too right now.
Ew.
I would love to get to know you better, spend more time with you.
Yeah, I think you missed your shot.
Thank you. So he and Savannah matched up just basically by default. It's like they're friends, they already knew each other, they were comfortable with each other, so they matched up. And they started doing some things that they did in The Circle, and I kept screaming throughout the time that I was watching. I was like, this is the bull crap that got you kicked off The Circle, Savannah. Stop repeating your mistakes. I'm not really a fan of Savannah, but I did like the way she handled herself in the episodes to come. So yeah, Nick and Savannah matched up. Inez and Shane kind of matched up as well. Those ones decided that they liked each other and they wanted to see where that led, which is kind of cool, I guess, you know. And then Sophiana and Zay kind of matched up by default in the end. So that was the original 5 that started in the house. And then they do competitions to kind of see how strong the couples are, basically testing their match. And the first one was kind of a water dousing one. And by the end of it, Savannah and Nick won, which I was not happy about because I was like, I wanted Dom and Francesca to win. I just like Dom. I don't really care about Francesca, so I wanted him to win. But Nick and Savannah won, and the winning couples get to bring in new people in the house to either break up a match or try and set some other people up who weren't really getting along in the first place. So they go on their date. They strategize as usual, doing the circle things in perfect match, which let's not even get into it. And then they decide that out of the options, which were just men, they decide to bring in Chase from Too Hot to Handle, who is known as the Roach Boy, and Calvin from The Circle, who was in the same season as Nick. So they decided to match Calvin up with Sophie Ann, and Chase, believe it or not, with Carousel, who is currently matched up with Joey. So Sophie Ann goes on her date with Calvin. He was wearing a suit, basically. The only thing is it was a jacket. And I was like, why are you wearing a suit on the beach? It has to be hot where you are. Like, it just made no sense to me. I'm 50-50 on Calvin. I don't like him. I don't hate him. But I don't see him and Sophie Ann. I didn't see him and Sophie Ann working. Then Chase and Carousel also go on their date. And there's something very unhealthy about Carousel and Joey's relationship, because after the date, they come back to the house, Chase and Carousel, holding hands. And it's like, what are you thinking, girl? Like, are you... is there some... But it's this unhealthy way of, like, I want to make my guy jealous so that I get a reaction from him. That's what I was getting, because even when they interacted, like when they talked to each other after the date with Chase, Carousel was very, like, oh yeah, I know I'm pretty, you don't have to tell me I'm pretty. And Joey was like, I like Joey. And he was just like, I'm not gonna talk to you if you're gonna be like that, and kind of setting down emotion. And then Carousel acts like an infant, goes to the corner and kisses Chase because she wants to get a rise out of Joey. Like, that is just unhealthy shit for me. I don't think that she should be in a relationship right now. She needs to go to therapy and get that whole situation fixed. But anyways, you would think that she would match up with Chase, but in the end, she still matched up with Joey. So obviously she likes Joey. She just wants to get a rise out of him, a reaction out of him. And for me, I think that she's going about it the wrong way. How is he supposed to trust her that every time they have a fight, she's not going to go make out with somebody, And that's just what was going through my head. I just think that their relationship is unhealthy, and maybe it gets better by the end of the season, Maybe they actually learn communication, learn how to actually talk to each other, figure out crap in their relationship, but we'll know when we get there. Meanwhile, I do not like Chase. I didn't like how he acted in Too Hot to Handle. I didn't like how he treated that girl, or how he turned it. Like, I just didn't like. He was very self-absorbed, very arrogant. Just did not like him. He is fine. I will give him that. He is a fine man, but a fine man with bad manners ain't no man. Period. Anyway, so Chase comes into the house, kisses Carousel, and then goes on to try and talk his way into a relationship with every single girl in the house. Like, really? Again, people are just playing to stay in the house. They don't care about finding a perfect match. They just want that free vacation. And I can't fault them for that. Your hustle is your hustle. You do what you gotta do. So he succeeds in the end with none other than who? Sophie Ann, who was not feeling Calvin. Apparently Calvin was coming on too strong for her, and so she was not feeling that at all. That energy was just not it for her. And so he matches with Sophie Ann. They go upstairs. Zay is left hanging, and Calvin is left hanging. Poor Zay, I really felt bad for him. The first time he was on reality TV, man, his girlfriend dumped him. The new wife that he was supposedly testing out did not stay with him. She went back to her former boyfriend. Like, he just can't win, and it's so sad because I think he's a nice guy, right? But Dom and Francesca are not really vibing well, because Francesca, he hasn't made a move with Francesca, and she's seeing that as he's not interested, while he's just trying to be respectful. But obviously Francesca likes a bad boy, and she likes people who treat her like crap. So episode 2, the game was kissing. They were going to find out who the perfect kiss was in the house. I really didn't understand it. I think it was just a way for everybody to kiss each other, to be honest. But anyways, Chase and Sophia won the challenge, and they went on their date, and then decided, and there was the option to bring in 2 new girls into the house. So they chose Georgia from Too Hot to Handle, and also the other girl from Too Hot to Handle as well. I can't remember her name right now. And they matched her up with Nick because they felt like Nick and Savannah were not a couple, which they are, and they're friends. And then, slap in the face, Chase brought in Georgia for himself, which is something you can do. That was a slap in Sophia's face. Fast forward to after the dates, Chase went on his date with Georgia and Nick went on his date with this other girl. But Savannah was also shooting her shot with Dom, which caused chaos in the house and drama, and Francesca was like gunning for Savannah. They even have this heated exchange where Savannah really holds her head high. Honestly, I respect the girl for the way she handled everything. She was very mature about it because Francesca was being very mean girl about it. But anyways, that whole interaction went down. In the end, Georgia matched with Chase, and then Nick, in a very twisted way, ended up matching with Inez. Savannah and Sofiane went home because they didn't have matches. So fast forward to the next morning, Nick tells Inez that he made a mistake and he would rather be with the other girl instead of her. And she's like, what the fuck, we just matched the night before, what's going through your head? But whatever. Dom and Francesca win the game, go on their dates, go to the matching room where they get to bring in new people. Lo and behold, Damian Powers. Oh, he's probably my most hated character from reality TV show today, if I'm being honest. It's from Netflix. I can't stand this guy. I don't even like looking at him. It's so personal for me. And it's not because I like Giannina or anything like that. I just didn't like him because he was pretentious, fake, and a liar. But apparently Francesca has the hots for him because they tried to set up Inez with him and she was like, no, she doesn't see that happening. So they set Inez up with Bartiz, which is my second least favorite character from Netflix TV reality shows. Can't stand him. I can't stand him. I don't like seeing him either. But they set him up with Inez and I was like screaming like, what are you guys doing? This is bullcrap. This is bullshit. Don't do it. But whatever, it's a show. Calm down. It's not the end of the world. So they set up Inez with Bartiz, and then Francesca does a 180 and says, I don't hate me, but I want to set myself up with Damian. And it's like, oh, poor Dom. Dom was crying and I felt so bad. I knew that she would break his heart, but I didn't think it would be like that, like just in his face, slapping his face. And yeah, I felt so bad for him. Dude was crying on TV, man. That's yeah. I'm pretty sure he watches it back and he's like, oh, why did you do that? But that was so messed up, and I thought that it was very messed up of her. But again, it's not personal. Even everybody has a choice. She made her choice. I thought that it wasn't a great choice, but she made her choice, and you know what? I can respect her choice. I don't like it, but I can respect it. So she decided to go on a date with Damian, and that's where episode 4 ended. And I guess Inez will go on a date with Barty. So episode 5 will be coming out next week, which I'll be very excited to watch. Hopefully it's another 4 episodes. I didn't really check to see if that was the case. It probably will be, or maybe 2. But I love this show, people. Like, I absolutely enjoyed this. I was like sitting there just watching next episode. I was enjoying it very much. I like the concept of the show. I like that there are people that I dislike, because that gives it more tension and drama for me. And I like that there are people that I love because I want to see them happy. So I'm actually enjoying it. If you guys have seen it, let me know in the comment section who you think is going to be the perfect match in the end. Let me know what you think about Joey and Caricel's relationship, who seem to be the only like stable couple right now, and everybody else that you maybe have thoughts on, because I'm interested to read what you guys think of everything. But yeah, stay tuned because more episodes will be coming. So be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!